White man in boxing led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, Luke Campbell says he's the reason that Teofimo Lopez basically beat Lomachenko. But first, let's talk about resumes. Eddie Hearn says that Tyson Fury resume is better. Anthony Joshua resume is better than Tyson Fury. Let's talk about that. But check out the Heavyweight Boxer playlist, Boxing News playlist. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And AJ fought Kevin Johnson, Dominic Breazeale, Dillian White. They both fought Kevin Johnson. Lost to Andy Ruiz, fought Vladimir Klitschko, and he fought... Who he fight last? Was it Andy Ruiz he beat last? Jesus, that's a while ago. And for the most part, Tyson Fury beat Vladimir Klitschko first. He fought Deontay Wilder twice. Most people like me thought he won twice. Christian Hammer. Jesus, who else did he fight? Derek Chisora. Obviously, Uchi Wally, Otto Wallin. In my opinion, I think Tyson Fury's resume is stronger. But then again, you can make a case for AJ because he's been around less. All right. I think Dominic Breazeale. I think AJ, the meat of his resume is better. Fury fought a lot more top five. He fought Deontay Wilder, and he fought Vladimir Klitschko first. Other than that, they both fought Kevin Johnson, Dillian White, Derek Chisora. Some people thought Chisora beat Dillian White the first time. Dillian White made it convincing the second time. So to me, they right there. Obviously, Breazeale, Martin. Martin is looking like a better win every day. Breazeale, solid win. He was the first to beat Breazeale. My memory wasn't in foggy. Andy Ruiz, he's still a good heavyweight. But I'm going to give it to Fury. He fought the top-end fighters. You know what I'm saying? And he fought Wilder when AJ was a little bit reluctant too. And eventually they tried to make the fight, and obviously Wilder went another way. He admitted that he gave Fury another shot when he could have fought Anthony Joshua. But, depends. You know, if you take all the emotion out of it, AJ fought he got a better nucleus. But Fury fought the better overall fighters. Because you talk about Ruiz, you're talking about Joseph Parker, which I didn't think much of him. I thought Ruiz beat him. But give me the top-end fighters. Give me Fury. And I think if they fight, I'll be pulling for AJ. I think AJ can get the job done, to be honest. Especially if he kind of keeps his muscle mass down. But I think Fury is the better fighter. I said it before and I said it again. He got the chin. He got the length. He got the height. He got the strength. And now he can box. He can stick and move. But now he can sit down on his shots. And now when he's sitting down on his shots and he's able to kind of mix his movement, ain't too many heavyweights throughout history outside the top 10 of heavyweights of all time that's going to beat him. You know what I'm saying? People say, well, he might be the greatest heavyweight of all time. Mike Tyson ain't even in my top 10, and that's one of my favorite fighters. He would have easily decapitated Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude has had some questionable performances. And you got to also think, if you had to ask me who the more proven fighter is, I got to say AJ, to be more honest. He's defended the title. He lost the title and defended it. Tyson Fury has never defended a title. And that may work in somebody's argument that Fury's never defended a title. And Tyson Fury's trying to defend the title versus a nobody, and then mediation stopped that. So it's tough. Obviously everybody going to jump back on the AJ bandwagon because of the whole Wilder situation. But to be honest, I think Tyson Fury the best heavyweight in the world. And obviously people say, he could beat this. He ain't beating Larry Holmes. I think he has some problem with guys that never won titles that would be easily be titles right now. David Tua, Norton, Shavers. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even know until Lion Killer and check his channel out, him and Nate Campbell. Lion Killer podcast. I didn't know Joe Frazier was fighting blind. He's talking about George Foreman. You talking about Michael Moore, Michael Spinks. Guys that, that can punch. I think heavyweight James Toney might give Fury some issues. Samuel Peters. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, this is a guy that you could try to say he's an all-time great. But how can you say he's greater than Joe Louis, who defended his world championship, heavyweight world champion more than anybody throughout history? Larry Holmes, who should have broke that record, who defended his titles just as much. So we can go on and on. This guy's never defended a title. And to be honest, he fought the better fighters. But then again, to be honest, I'm going to get an edge to AJ for a better resume. Shorter amount of time. And he's defended the title, lost the title, and got it back. What more do we need to say? And also, Fury fought Steve Cunningham, who actually put him on his arse, whatever the people in the UK say. But that's my opinion on it. I'll get an edge to AJ just for defending the title and doing it in a less amount of time. So, I mean, it's subjective. I think they get in the ring, especially if that's Tyson Fury first title defense. Let's just say somehow, you know, I think that's a mental block for Tyson Fury to get over that first title defense. And that's why he tried to fight a vagabond instead of Deontay Wilder, in my opinion. If Wilder wasn't dangerous, why not go make the most money you can, then take a fight versus a ordinary fighter that pretty much most hardcore fans may or may not know. So that's just my opinion on it, man. If they do fight, I ain't gonna lie, I really don't care for the fight. The heavyweight division has really pissed me off because Wilder, White, Fury, Ortiz, Povetkin, Joseph Parker, you could put him in there, you know, injuries really wasn't a factor. But those 6 dumbasses could have fought, and they all could have retired with $50 million or better. I said again, they all could have retired with $50 million or better. You know, all could have fought each other 2 or 3 times. It could have been a great era. Didn't want to do it. But Luke Campbell, ooh, so horny, ooh, Chicken Luke Campbell says he softened up Lomachenko. Lomachenko wasn't right after fighting him. For a guy that some people only had winning 2 rounds, he talking big, but I mean, you could just say the grind of 135 pounds really wore down Lomachenko. But, I mean, who really knows at this point? But, you know, Luke might be on to something, he may not. So, I mean, that's my honest opinion. I think it was just a grind of moving up. You know, I think his excuse was valid that he wasn't a real 135-pounder. You know, you could say that Linares softened him up before he fought him. You could say Pedraza softened him up before he fought him. You know, you got to remember, this dude had over 300 amateur fights. That is wear and tear on your body if that 3 or 4 round fights. He had like 4 or 5, 6 fights in the World Series of Boxing. All that is accumulative punishment on his body. It wasn't like he went in there and got done bad where he just got folded up like a U-Haul box. But, you know, I think it wasn't just because the performance that Luke Campbell put on. It wasn't because of the performance, just Linares. I think as a cumulative of all of his over 400 fights in his professional career, that would happen. Sorry, I got a phone call. But everybody got to claim the fame that they want to be a part of it. But it was just the cumulative of his whole career, just from amateurs and taking that many fights and being a 2-time gold medalist, when having some fights in the World Series of Boxing. And also it was a large part of the mental game, which Teofimo Lopez Sr. kept telling him he was going to get knocked out. And he believed it. You know, he fought like a scared fighter. He fought like a fighter that hadn't fought a big puncher without a glove, without 16, 18-ounce gloves, without headgear on. He believed into the hype, you know. And also the hype might have had some validity to him, hitting him to the body, hitting him on the shoulder, hitting him on the glove. And Luke Campbell wanted to take credit for that, but it just wasn't you. It's 400 fights in your career. You know how much punishment, how many sparring. You know, I'm even talking about the fights, the sparring and all the training camps that he done. You know, Luke Campbell, you didn't go in there and drop him and do a job on him. He dropped you. You won like 2 rounds in some people's opinion. You know, so you can't take credit for that. You were saying before the fight that, you know, Lomachenko is going to be too much. Come on, man. If you go out there and fight Ryan Garcia and get sparked, come on. So he going out there like he really didn't wore the dude down and did a number on him. It's a joke to me. It's a joke. He told me, oh, it was me. Like, what about before you? And Linares dropped him, and, you know, Pedraza gave him some work. What about the 300-plus fighters before all of that? You know, it take a toll on him. I think it was a large part of Teofimo Lopez. And everybody didn't give Lopez a chance fighting Lomachenko. And then all of a sudden, not everybody want to say, oh, I didn't see that coming, or he was old. No, you got to give him some credit. I felt that Lomachenko lost it more than Teofimo won it, but come on. Bob Aaron want to cry and talk about how much money he lost on Lomachenko. On Crawford. What about how much money you lost on Lomachenko? Come on. You sat here, you gave him like almost $3-4 million to fight Teofimo Lopez, and how much money you lost on him? But hey, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. Twitter is the fastest way. If you want to advertise on the channel or you just want to chop it up, hit me up. Also, check out the Facebook group. In addition to that, check out my Sportscastr. All our live streams going to be over there. And as well as Goodfellas Sports TV 2.0 right here on YouTube. Tonight, we're doing a mock draft. Make sure you tap in for that. Other than that, you want to make a donation, Cash App CJ Good 313 and PayPal link in the description. Appreciate the love and support. We gone.